What's up guys, hope you are safe and well. Imagine living a life where everything seems perfect on the surface, but underneath, dark secrets are bubbling up. Trust me guys, this movie has some shocking twists that will leave you questioning everything. Stick around, you won't believe where this story takes us. Don't miss a minute of it. The movie begins with Vic Van Allen biking through the woods in the morning. He is married to a beautiful woman named Melinda, and they have a 6-year-old daughter named Trixie. Vic made a lot of money by building chips for drones that are widely used in the drone warfares. With his success, he took an early retirement to spend more time doing what he loves, like cycling, attending parties, and being with his daughter. He is also fond of keeping snails as his pets. One morning, after a bike ride in the woods, Vic comes home to find Melinda sitting on the stairs staring at him. She doesn't say a word and smiles at him and quietly goes into her room. Later, Trixie's babysitter arrives as Vic and Melinda prepare to attend a party at a friend's house. Melinda asks Vic to help her choose a dress and the matching shoes to wear to the party. Vic not only brings the shoes, but also helps her put them on, showing that he is quite affectionate towards her. This all seems pretty picture perfect, but is it truly a perfect life? Well, let's find out. They arrive at the party and start mingling with friends. A bit later, a young man named Joel shows up. As soon as Melinda sees him, she rushes over to greet him, and they quickly head to the backyard together. It's then revealed that Melinda is having an affair with Joel. Vic sees them kissing but does not react. Even though Vic notices, Melinda keeps spending time with Joel during the party and even mocks Vic in front of their friend Mary, calling him boring.
Hello, Mr. Boring. Why don't you dance?
Mary warns Vic about Melinda's behavior with another man, as everyone at the party knows what's going on. However, Vic dismisses her concerns, saying it does not bother him. During the party, Joel approaches Vic to thank him for allowing him to spend time with Melinda.
Oh man, for how nice you are about me seeing your wife.
He seems like a nice guy.
Well, Vic calmly tells Joel that he killed the last man Melinda was involved with, a man named Martin. Joel thinks it is a joke at first, but Vic insists he is serious, which makes Joel leave abruptly. After the party, Melinda asks Vic what he said to Joel to make him leave so suddenly. Vic lies, saying he did not say anything to Joel. The next day, news spreads about Vic's conversation with Joel, and everyone hears about how Vic threatened Joel with a joke about killing Martin. Vic's friends question him and advise him to get his wife under control instead of threatening Joel, suggesting that Melinda might be unwell.
You gotta rein Melinda in, man. This isn't the first time.
At home, Melinda is furious with Vic for joking and demands that he apologize to Joel. She invited Joel over for dinner, which was quite an awkward moment for them. Melinda finally tells Trixie to go to bed and tells Vic to read Trixie a storybook until she falls asleep so that she can spend some private time with Joel. Later, Vic encounters Melinda and Joe engaging in an intimate manner. He purposely distracts them by throwing a plate in the sink. Melinda comes to the kitchen, makes a drink for Joel, and tells Vic to give it to him. Vic gives the drink to Joel. Joe expects an apology from Vic for the joke, but Vic clarifies that was not a joke and nothing to apologize for. Vic tells Joel to leave as he had called an Uber for him. In the next scene, we see Vic and Melinda in another party where they meet Don Wilson, known for his conspiracy theory novels. Don does not like the fact that Vic is indirectly responsible for killing innocent lives, as the drone chips that Vic made are mainly used in drone warfares. Kelly, Don's wife, is amused to learn that Vic is retired as he has built a fortune by making drone chips. Later, we see Vic and Kelly enjoying drinks together. Vic invites Kelly for a dance, surprising everyone at the party because they know Vic as someone who does not know how to dance.
Yeah, boy.
On their way home, Melinda learns that Vic finds Kelly attractive and enjoyed talking with her. This sparks jealousy in her because she feels like she is competing with Kelly for Vic's attention. She wants to show Vic that she is still the most attractive woman in his life and gives Vic pleasure while he drives, which eventually leads to a passionate encounter later at home. In the next scene, we see them at a soccer game with Trixie. Suddenly, Vic gets a call from the bank and he learns that Melinda sent $3,000 to someone named Charles for piano lessons. Vic manages to get information about him and reaches the restaurant where he works as a pianist. Surprise awaits as he sees Melinda arriving to watch Charles' performance and flirting with him. Vic starts to suspect that Charles might be Melinda's new affair. When Vic returns home, he is shocked to find their wedding ring in the sink, which Melinda has taken off. Vic waits anxiously at home for Melinda, who hadn't returned all night. He imagines his wife making out with Charles in the car. Next morning, when she finally came home, He confronts her and tells her to stop seeing Charles, but she ignores and openly admits to having an amazing time with Charles. Later, she invites Charles to a party and proudly introduces Charles to the guests. She asks him to play the piano, where he wows everyone with his piano skills. While he was playing the piano, Melinda approached Vic and intimately touches Vic, exciting him. Later, she introduces Charles to Vic.
Thanks for giving my wife piano lessons. She's a real natural, so I'm sorry.
The party continues till late evening. Melinda and Charles enjoy their time intimately in the pool in front of everyone, including Vic. Suddenly, it starts pouring heavily and everyone starts going inside. While everyone was enjoying music and food inside, Melinda starts searching for Charles. She suddenly screams in horror as she sees Charles' unconscious body floating in the pool. Everyone rushes to help, including Vic. Charles's body slips and his head hits the pool edge while they try to take the body out of the pool. He was declared dead as he was not breathing. The police arrives at the scene and begin investigating the case. Melinda openly accuses Vic of killing Charles to the police. Even Dawn suspects that Vic killed Charles. Police decided to question them in person. Police asks Vic if Melinda was sleeping with Charles and the reason for her to accuse him. Even though Melinda accused him in front of everyone, he still shows his support towards her, stating,
I don't feel the need to dictate her choices. I accept her and love her for who she is.
Yeah, but that does not mean that you just sit there and let your wife go around with others. Right, guys? Be bold like Melinda. Comment in the box below and share your opinions. I would love to read them. After a long argument and with no real proof, the police decides that Charles's death is purely an accident and close the case. The next day, while cycling, Vic recalls how he drowned Charles, revealing that Vic did, in fact, kill him. He also starts noticing someone watching him from a distance. After Vic returns home, he asks Melinda if she wants a divorce, thinking she might be scared of him as he killed Charles. But Melinda insists there's no need for a divorce because she believes Vic did everything out of love for her. Later, Kelly approaches Vic. She tells him that Dawn is telling everyone that Vic killed Charles. Dawn even invites Melinda to their house to discuss the matter, and she does not like Dawn's behavior. Vic invites Kelly and Dawn over for dinner. After dinner, Vic tells Dawn to put an end on whatever he is telling people about the incident. But Dawn still believes Vic is the killer. The next day, Vic sees the same car that's been following him parked at a restaurant. He spots a telephoto lens inside and suspects someone is tracking him. Inside the restaurant, Vic is shocked to see Melinda with a man who owns the car. Melinda introduces him as David, psychotherapist starting a new practice in the city. Later, Vic discovers that David is actually a private detective hired by Melinda and Dawn. Furious, Vic confronts Dawn, accusing him of crossing the line by interfering in his private life. Vic even shows bank statements proving that Dawn accepted money from Melinda to hire the detective, which embarrasses and angers Kelly. Ever wondered why Dawn was so interested in Vic's affairs? Well, stick around, because things are about to get even more twisted. Meanwhile, Melinda starts a new affair with her ex, Tony. She invites Tony over for dinner, and later Vic sees them getting intimate. One sunny day, Vic approaches Tony, pretending that Melinda wants to show him a building site. Tony agrees to go with Vic, who drives him to a remote area in the woods, far from any cell service. Vic suddenly stops the car near a steep drop, and as Tony gets out, Vic hits him in the head with a rock. Tony falls, hits his head on a large rock, and dies instantly. Vic then drags Tony's body to the riverbank, takes his wallet, and ties a big rock to the body before drowning it in the river. Vic returns home as if nothing happened, even celebrating with his daughter. What started as a joke has now become a part-time adventure hobby for Vic. I mean, you've got to keep yourself entertained somehow, right?
Found my summer hobby! Found my summer hobby!
Later, Vic, Melinda, and Trixie go on a picnic to the same place where Vic killed Tony. Vic surprises Melinda with an album of old photos of her, with a love note on the last page, which helps improve their relationship. But then, Vic notices that Tony's body is partially visible in the river, so they leave. Melinda realizes she forgot her scarf. Vic assures her that he will retrieve it the next day. Next morning, Vic returns to the location hoping to bury the body properly. While he is trying to push the body further down the river, Dawn suddenly appears. It is unclear whether Dawn knew Vic was there because of the private investigator or if it was a coincidence, but he immediately becomes suspicious when he sees the body in the water. Realizing his suspicions are confirmed, Dawn quickly flees in his car. He starts texting Kelly. He is excited as he got amazing content for his new book.
This is it! This is a book!
This is the reason why he was so nosy about Vic's life. Vic chases Dawn on his bike, using a shortcut to cut him off. Don gets shocked when Vic suddenly appears in front of the car. Panicking, Don loses control of his car, swerves wildly, and drives off a cliff, crashing into the rocks below. Don is presumed dead. Back at the house, Melinda finds Tony's wallet in one of the snail containers, realizing that Vic killed Tony as well. She starts packing a bag to leave, but Trixie stops her by tossing the bag into the pool.
We're not going!
When Vic arrives home, Melinda greets him on the steps, just like in the first scene of the movie.
I saw Tony.
Saying this, she goes into her room. She then burns Tony's driver's license, signaling her decision to stay with Vic and cover up his crime. Check out the other amazing recap videos here. Thank you for watching. Take care.